You know, we're always told to get our vitamins, right? But what if I told you that not all vitamins are created equal? In fact, your body treats them in two totally different ways, and understanding this difference, honestly, it's a game changer.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? Why is there so much talk about getting your daily dose of vitamin C? But you almost never hear that same kind of urgency for, say, vitamin A. There's a really good reason for that, and it gets right to the heart of how our bodies work.
So let's break it down. It's best to imagine we've got two different teams of vitamins inside us, and their entire strategy, everything they do, all boils down to just one simple thing.
And that one simple thing is solubility. That's it. It's all about whether a vitamin dissolves in fat or in water. This one tiny detail literally changes everything about its journey through your body, from the moment you eat it to the moment it leaves.
Okay, so let's get into the rules of the game. We're going to look at how your body absorbs, stores, and uses each of these teams. All right, first up, getting in the door. Absorption. The water-soluble guys, they're easy. They get absorbed right into your bloodstream, no problem. But the fat-soluble team, well, they're a bit more high maintenance. They need an escort. Specifically, they need dietary fat to even get absorbed. Which means, yeah, if you're eating a big salad packed with great vitamins but you skip the oily dressing, you might not be getting much of that goodness at all. Crazy, right?
Now this is where it gets really cool. Think about storage. The fat-soluble vitamins, they're like long-term residents. Your body gives them a key, tucks them away in your liver and fatty tissues, and saves them for later. But the water-soluble ones, they're more like daily visitors. They pop in, do their job, and whatever isn't used gets shown the door pretty quickly. There's one exception, B12. He's a bit of a lingerer, but for the most part, they're in and out. So what does this mean for you? Well, it directly affects how often you need to get these vitamins. Since your body has a stockpile of the fat-soluble residents, you don't necessarily need them every single day. But those water-soluble visitors, since they don't stick around, you've got to keep inviting them back, day in and day out, through what you eat. And this storage difference has a really big impact on safety. It's actually pretty crucial. With the water-soluble vitamins, if you happen to get too much, your body just gets rid of the extra in your urine. No big deal. It's a very forgiving system. But because the fat-soluble ones get stored, they can actually build up over time. And in really high amounts, they can become toxic. Now, let's be clear, this is almost always a risk from taking way too many supplements, not from the food you eat. This also flips the script on how quickly you'd even notice if you weren't getting enough. If you stop eating fat-soluble vitamins, your body just dips into its savings account. It could take months, maybe even a year, before you run out and start seeing deficiency symptoms. But with the water-soluble team, there's no backup plan, no savings account. So symptoms can show up much, much faster. We're talking weeks to months.
Okay, so we know the rules of the game. Now let's meet the actual players. Who's on which team? On the fat-soluble team, the roster is pretty exclusive. It's just 4 key players: vitamins A, D, E, and K. A really easy way to remember them is with the acronym ADEK. ADEK. These are the ones your body likes to store for later.
Then we have the water-soluble team, and this one is way bigger. You've got the entire B-complex family. That's everything from B1, B9 folic acid, B12, and of course the superstar, vitamin C. These are all our daily visitors that we need to keep replenishing.
All right, this is all great information, but let's make it practical. Where do you actually find these things on your plate? For Team Fat Soluble, you want to think about foods that naturally have some fat in them. So we're talking oily fish for vitamin D, nuts and seeds for vitamin E, and things like eggs and leafy greens for A and K. And remember that rule about absorption? This is why pairing these foods with a healthy fat is so smart. It helps you actually use all that goodness.
And what about the water-soluble crew? Well, the good news is they're pretty much everywhere. You've got vitamin C in your citrus fruits and berries, of course. And the whole family of B vitamins is found all over the place, in meats, whole grains, beans, and leafy greens. This is really why a varied diet is so important. It's how you make sure you're getting all those essential daily visitors. So, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this simple idea. Water-soluble vitamins are your daily visitors. They come and go. Fat-soluble vitamins are your long-term residents. They move in and stick around for a while.
And that really brings us to the final question for you. Knowing all this, knowing the difference, how are you going to look at your next meal? Are you going to think, maybe I'll add a little olive oil to my spinach to help grab that vitamin K? It's definitely something to think about.